Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? Wait a second. Turn that back down. There we go. That's a lot better. Alright, well, as you can see by the title, this is my first ever, not my first ever, but my first actual ASMR video, kind of ever, at least in recent years. In middle school, I actually made a ASMR channel, and then I deleted it because people kept making fun of me. So I did fall victim to the rage bait, you could say. But I've always wanted to actually make like an ASMR channel. So here I am in the flesh, finally doing it because you just gotta do it. That's how it works. So I don't really have a plan or a script or anything for this video. All I know is that I'm going to be whispering throughout the whole thing. My favorite ASMR, you know what? Let's go through that. Oh, my other mic just fondled this mic. Yeah, let's go through that first, I guess. My history with ASMR. So, I started watching ASMR, I want to say either 4th or 5th grade. I was a little youngin'. I was a little boy, getting all nice and relaxed. What really got me into it was that very viral ASMR Darling video, where I think that's where it kind of blew up in like the YouTube space, I guess you could say. That's what really introduced me, and then from there it was like the rest is history. I watched a lot of like Dr. T ASMR. I'd pretty much just watch anybody and anything. But over the years, one thing has been constant, and that is that I really enjoy like Ramble videos or like reading facts videos, like something that I can leave on in the background as I'm trying to sleep that will just kind of bore me to sleep in a good way. So I think going forward that will probably be like the majority of what I do on this channel. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I know I talked about the ASMR channel I made in middle school. I actually had another YouTube channel, like my main YouTube channel, that had like 300 or 400 subscribers, and the same thing happened to me. Like, I made a rash decision after I got even an ounce of bullying sent my way, and so now all those wonderful memories are lost to the YouTube ether. But what are you gonna do? You live and you learn. Let's see, what else? Right now I'm in my junior year of college. I'm studying accounting. I'm gonna be a CPA. That's the goal. Make some good money. Wow, yeah, maybe I should have come in here with a script. Let's see, what should I talk about? Maybe kind of what this video is in its entirety. You can talk about trying new things. I think that's good. In my experience, trying new things personally has been very frightening. I don't often, or I guess I wouldn't often step out of my comfort zone. I've been trying to get a little bit better recently. Like just this last month, I went to go see Obsession by myself. Went out to the theater all by myself. And that's not something I would like generally do. But I figured it was like a good step to just going out more. But yeah, trying new things is scary, and it kind of applies to pretty much every like facet rubs you the wrong way or something. I also have a problem with that. I am horrible at trying new foods, but I've been a little bit more open and receptive in recent years. But yeah, it's kind of like a leap of faith, and it also ties into a lot of different. Sorry, let me go ahead and put that on Do Not Disturb. Yeah, like I said, it also ties in and puts a lot of emphasis on other parts of your life. Like when it comes down to like making a big change in your life, like that's a new thing. Like you're trying a new thing, and that's scary. Like let's see, like throughout my childhood, I have moved. I counted it one time, but I can't remember the exact number. I think it was like in between 8 and 10 times I moved, and it wasn't too crazy of a change. Like I didn't have to uproot my social life and go start at a new school or something. I stayed at the same schools like my entire life, so I'm extremely grateful for that. But yeah, like that's a big change, and like it's scary. It could even be something as big as like changing your major, for example. Like my freshman year, I did computer science, and I absolutely hated it. Not for me, truthfully, not for me. It works out for some people, but it was not for me. Truthfully, it was too hard, and I was not good at it. So, but then after that, I was just a general business major. I didn't know exactly what I was gonna do, and yeah, that was scary. And then I took an accounting class, and I was like, wow, I could actually get behind this. I'm pretty good at this. It's interesting to see how things run, like behind the scenes. And so now that's my major. It's very interesting to me how all of that stuff works. And I've always liked math, like especially when I was good at it. I'm a very like pattern type of person. So when I do like math stuff, I don't generally understand like the fundamentals. It's more so I understand like the processes. So like working with like equations and stuff that had very distinct patterns and stuff was very like that was like my bread and butter. When it came to like explaining like a short, I remember I took a few. It was like 2 math courses in my freshman year over 2 semesters. And I had the same professor for both. And there were some questions on his exams that were like short answer questions asking you to explain why a certain thing, like a certain concept works the way it does or something. But I never scored well on those points or on those questions. But I really don't know where I was going with that. Oh, I was talking about accounting. Alright, well, I guess I'll shift into something that flooded my brain just now. So, just recently, I made a new change. I started a new job. Yes, that's right. Cue the applause. I was actually unemployed for a little bit over a month. Before then, I justifiably left my last job because, I'm not afraid to say it, the owner is a piece of work. He's not the greatest guy, and I didn't like that. I did not feel comfortable working at his store and representing him as an owner because he sucks. So one day I forgot exactly what happened, but something. Oh, they like denied me my summer hours, even though I got like permission from my manager beforehand. They essentially were like, yeah, no, sorry, he's not doing that. And I'd been with this company for almost 4.5 years. So I was like, alright, well, I'm gone. Bye. that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And obviously there's so much more, which I'm not going to get into, but I just don't want it to seem like I just quit willy-nilly because I didn't get the hours I wanted. That was a part of it, but it was part of a much bigger picture. But anyway, yeah, my month of employment was so terrible. The first week, it was great. I like deep cleaned my room. Like I got some stuff in order. Like it was good. And then after like the 3 to 4 week, well, I guess that's kind of a month. But yeah, after like 2 or 3 weeks, I would say, is when it kind of like declined. It kind of lost its like freedom spark, and I was really just ready to get back to work. Which never thought I'd say, but wow, I really missed working. So I applied to probably at least like 20 jobs, 25 jobs. It was like everything I could get my grubby little paws on. Like I applied anywhere from like a gas station to like a medical office receptionist. Like I was literally trying absolutely everything. And nobody got back to me until a moving company did. And so that was kind of my last resort because I knew that moving people in and out of houses was going to be very hard. And I was ready for that, but the pay was not great. They said that you make tips, but truthfully, I don't know with how much they charge, and it was a reasonable amount that they're charging, but if I were a client, I don't think that I would be paying all that money and then tipping extra. So I just found it kind of hard to believe that that would be good for me. So that was kind of my last resort. But then I ended up pursuing that. So I went to the orientation for the first day and the second day. It was only 2 days. I don't know why I said it like that. But I went for the first 2 days of orientation, and that is when I realized that I was not cut out for that at all. Like, it was a very big wake-up call that I was not fit for this job. We had to do like a mock move, so it was probably the equivalent of like a 1 or 2 bedroom like apartment ish that we had to move, and holy shit, that took it out of me. I'm so serious. Like, I still have a blister on my thumb from the saran wrap like handheld thing. Just very rough. And then the HR department from the job that I'm working at now reached out to me on the second day of orientation while I was there. And they were like, hey, sorry we didn't hire you earlier. A new opening just popped up, and we were wondering if you were interested. So I took that offer. I was like, hell yeah, absolutely. So yeah, now today was my second day on the job. It's leaps and bounds better than it would have been moving furniture up and down stairs all day. I can tell you that much. Basically, what I do is I work with one other person, and it's a full-time person. So I'm a seasonal hire, so I'm only part-time, just for the summer. Well, I'm like full-time for the summer, but part-time in the grand scheme of things, whatever. But basically, I will meet the guy that I'm working with at a store, so we get assigned like a route for the week of different stores to go to. So I'll meet him at our first store, and we walk in. So I guess it would help to know what we stock. We stock beer and stuff, seltzers and whatever. So we'll go in, say, hey, we're from this company, and we're here to make your coolers look beautiful and stock them, and we'll get to work. So we do that. We like face and rotate product, and then we fill in the coolers from the overstock. And then we'll do some like organizing and some cleaning if need be, and then we're off to the next one. And one thing I really like about this job is that, one, they do mileage reimbursement, so none of like the gas that I'm spending on getting in between places is like coming out of my pocket, which thank God. But two, I really enjoy the aspect of having to drive between places. It really breaks up the day. Like, let's see, how many hours did I work today? I think 7, 9 to 3 ish, 3:30. So like 7.5, almost 8. But it doesn't feel like that at all, because after you get done working for like 2 hours max, you go on like a 15, 20-ish minute drive. The longest drive I had to do was 30 minutes. And that's just because it was from the office building to the first stop. So, I mean, it's really nice. So far, it's very simple. I know I'm expecting it to get harder. The guy I'm working with tells me that there will be days where like you're hauling like 60, not well, more than 60, but a very large amount of cases of beer, and that really adds up, especially in a cramped cooler. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. It's amazing. Like, I couldn't ask for a better opportunity this summer. Man, it's great. Let's see. What else? What else could I yap about? Before I end this video, I want to talk about maybe one more thing before I skedaddle. Let's think. What is something I've been thinking about recently? Oh, I guess I could talk about this. My moms are getting married this summer. So I'm really excited about that. They're getting married in August. So I am the officiant of their wedding. Very excited. I have not started writing my speech or ordainment or whatever that piece of writing is called. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm going with my girlfriend, and I'm just so excited. I've only been to a handful of weddings before, and it was when I was younger-ish, most of them at least. And all I can remember is it just being fucking hot. So I was always annoyed. But, you know, obviously now as I'm older, it's very nice to be able to go to a wedding, let alone officiate it. But my suit is like a sage green, so I'm gonna look dapper as hell. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into like crazy detail about anything. Like, I mean, I'm not shy of being super in depth about my personal life, but I don't want to go into too much detail about like my mom's like relationship together or anything like that. Like, that's the only reason I said that, is because I was thinking about that. But yeah, I guess now I'll wrap it up. I just want to say, if you have stuck around to the end, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy this video. With my work schedule, with it being the summer, like, I'm a young adult. I'm gonna go out and enjoy my life. So I'm not sure how many videos I'll be putting out a week or recording or whatever. But it should be a nice little like wind down throughout my downtime to just come on here for like 20, 30 minutes, just yap about stuff, and then hit the hay. So you can expect to see more from me. But yeah, that is all I have for tonight. And if you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe and stick around for some more. Let me get my little hand on the mouse here to stop the recording. Bang, look at that, look at that. Wow, look at that. Alright guys, I'm heading out.